ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਸਭ ਸੁਖ ਦਾਤਾ ਰਾਮ ਹੈ, ਦੂਸਰ ਨਾਹਿਨ ਕੋਇ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੁਨ ਰੇ ਮਨਾ, ਤੇ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਗਤ ਹੋਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah, in this 9th Salok, Paatshah Ji say to us, Sab Sukh Data Ram hai, Dusar Nahin Koe, Sab Sukh. Sukh meaning peace, Sukh meaning here that state of mind when we've reached that true sense of happiness. Sab meaning all. Sab Sukh, Data meaning the giver. Who is the giver of all our Sukh, all our happiness? Sab Sukh Data Ram hai. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah said, they said that is Ram, that is God. Ram meaning that one that is immersed in everything, in his own creation. Sab Sukh Data Ram hai, Dusar Nahin Koe. Guru Tegh Bahadur Singh, Dusar meaning other. Nahin Koi, there is no one else. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Paatshah Ji saying that is the one that is giving you that sukh, that true happiness. There is no one else that can give you. Dusar Nahin Koi, this is don't even think that there can be anyone else other than that one that can give you and provide you with true happiness. And then Paatshah says that Kaho Nanak Sun re mana, and the word re means hey. Hey, when somebody's trying to get your attention. Kaho Nanak sun, listen. Re mana, oh my mind, listen, hey my mind. Kaho Nanak sun re mana, teh simrat gat hoye. They're saying that if we do simran of who? Sab Sukh Data, the one that is the giver of all sukh, all happiness. If we do simran, if we live in remembrance of that one, teh simrat, what happens, they're saying, by living in the remembrance of that one? Teh simrat gat hoye. This says tadi gati ho jugi. Gat here means liberation. And in Gurbani, another word used for liberation, freedom, is mukti, is mukat. But over here, Paatshah is using the word gat. Gat, some scholars over here have translated it to state of mind. But liberation is a very high state of mind as well. Very often that we'll hear this word liberation, especially even when we look into other faiths, other religions. A lot of people will speak of liberation. But even when we look at liberation through our Guru's eyes, when we look at it through Guru Nanak Sache Paatshah Ji's Bani, we very often confuse what liberation is. When we're in turmoil, when we're suffering, we're going through anxiety, we're constantly worrying about something. Somebody may come and talk to us and we say, you know what? I spoke to such and such person and I felt better. They made me feel better. So what we do is we give the credit to that person. And remember, over here, we're not going to overlook someone that helps us. We're not going to overlook if somebody has gone to some sort of therapy, or has gone and spoke to someone, or has gone and done some sort of activity, or gone and done some form of exercise or a walk or whatever it may be. We're not overlooking that to say, we're not gonna appreciate that person at all. No, it's not that. We understand, yes, they may have provided us with a set of words that helped us. But remember, that same advice can be given to someone else that is in the same situation. For one person, it's worked, and for the other person, it's had no effect. For one person, they'll say, yes, I went to a psychologist, I spoke to a friend, I speaking to a family member, and they helped. After they said this to me, I felt better. Somebody else has received the same information. They're saying, no, I went through that same therapy as you did. didn't do anything for me. Why? Because Sab Sukh Data Ram hai. Because the one that actually switches that button from inside, that gives us the Sukh, is Ram, is Vaheguru, is the one that has created this mind. It's that Data, it's the one that has created the mind, that only that one can actually switch something from inside. We can always do Ardas, we can always say Satguru Ji, we can always say, Oh Vaheguru Ji, Oh Akal Purkh, oh God, oh Creator. We can say that, you know what, I'm going to go now. I'm going to take some form of medication because I'm not well. Or I'm going to go and take some sort of therapy. Whatever it is, but we do Ardas. We say to Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji, we say that I leave it in your hands. I'm not going with a negative mindset, but I'm saying that I know that all the power lies in your hands, and it is you that is going to make the difference. Our job, Sangat Ji, is to make that initial step, to make that effort. But then the rest of it, we've got to say to Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji, I'm going to take this step, but then the rest is for you to take over. The rest is for you to do. Sab Sukh Data Ram hai. It is you that is in control and to give me that true Sukh. Sab Sukh Data Ram hai. Dusra nahin koi. I can't put my hopes in it being somebody else that gives me that. Remember, even if it has been somebody else that has been that channel, that body, that vessel, that physical, somebody's physical words, they've used this physical body to deliver something to me, always remember the one that is actually creating the change. Yes, always appreciate those as well that have done that and become that vessel, but ultimately connect to that one. Sangat Ji, Guru Sahib Ji, they say Kaho Nanak Sunare Mana. We've done the literal translation. Let's look at this a bit more now. This word Gat. Mukti is having freedom from the shackles of the vikar, of the vices, of those thieves. Think about this. When we're imprisoned, if somebody's in jail, what have they got around them? What is restricting them from being free? What is restricting them from being outside? Is those walls and those bars. What are those walls? What are those bars? Those walls and bars are calm, are worldly desires, are krodh, are things like anger. It's all of these that is things like attachment. Attachment is what isn't allowing us to be free. In Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's Bani now, if we focus on it, it's more focused on attachment. It's attachment that isn't letting us live freely and to actually experience what life is really about. But life is outside of those walls. But I end up living inside of those walls. I think that, living in attachment, this is what life is, but we've not even seen life. Liberation is a life beyond those walls and bars, beyond those vikar. That's what liberation here is. That's what they're living in the remembrance of God. That's the liberation it will give us. Only in that liberation is Sab Sukh, is all the Sukh. Sab Sukh Data Ram hai. It's only that Data that will give us that. So, Sangat Ji, itniyak bentiya pravan. Sare balaw fateh. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.